This is a £1,000 robotic exoskeleton. It claims to give a 40% increase in strength and 30% reduction in physical exertion. But is it true?
Well, I'm going to be living in it for the next 24 hours, completing daily tasks and challenges to see whether it will make me into the real-life Iron Man, or just see 3PO after a couple of pints.
Before I go and get the exoskeleton on, let me explain the rules of today. Number 1, I've got to do all of my daily chores in the exoskeleton, no matter what it is. Number 2, I've got to do a leg workout and run a 5k in the exoskeleton. And finally, number 3, once that exoskeleton goes on, it does not come off, no matter what. Let's go get it on. Right, well, here it is, the Hypershell. Apparently this gives you a 40% boost in strength and 30% reduction in physical exertion. So you never know, I might last more than 5 seconds on my run. Okay, let's get it on. Oh my god, I didn't even have it on the max. Oh, no! No! I am genuinely so interested to see what sort of difference this is going to make, because exactly a week ago today, I did my baseline tests where I checked my 5k time, my leg strength, my average heart rate, and even my calories burnt throughout the entire day. I'm so intrigued to see what difference this is going to make. I have a feeling it's going to be a lot.
And what better way to test how well this works than with a leg workout? My first one in months.
Right, 60 kilos on the bar. I got 24 reps of it without the exoskeleton. I'm very interested to see if I'll get more. In theory, I should, but I'm thinking maybe it'll end up just like hindering me and limiting my movement, but only one way to find out. Nah. No way.
Seriously impressed with how much it helped on the squats. I genuinely didn't expect it. It didn't help much with the rest of the workout because it was all isolation stuff that hinged from the knees, and you know, the exoskeleton only really helps with stuff that hinges from the hips. But with how it performed in those squats and how much it's helped with just walking around in general, I think it might make a serious difference on the run.
Right. Well, we've proven it works in the gym, but does it work in everyday life? Let's go and do some shopping before we go and do a 5k.
Even little things like shopping are that little bit easier with the exoskeleton on. Like walking around and pushing a trolley just makes me feel like I've had my legs remapped. I reckon we're going to be able to see a big difference in the amount of steps I'm able to do per calorie burnt compared to without the exoskeleton, but we'll find out for sure this evening.
See, even just little tasks like walking the dog is just that little bit easier. Call it laziness, but I call it making use of what's available. Come on. Right, time for the 5k, the bit that I've really not been looking forward to. In the baseline test, I did it in 32 minutes. That's actually horrendous. It was a time of 6 minutes and 24 per kilometre. Like, that is pretty abysmal. Maybe this will make me a little bit faster. In theory, it should. I'm going to start in the lowest mode of assistance and then go up as we experience each one and see how much they help. I think this is really going to help, but you never know. It could just completely blue ball me and not help at all. But, you know, the time will tell, won't it? Glizzy, you take the dog. I'm going to put it into eco mode and I'll be off. Toodaloo. Okay, even in eco mode, this is giving significant help. I mean, you put it in transparent to turn it off and it's way harder. This is definitely going to give me a better time. I'm almost certain. It's like forcing me to run quicker. Yep, it's so much easier, but I'm so unfit that I need more. Let's just put it to the max and see what time we can get. Oh yeah. I feel bad for all these old school runners. Don't know what they're missing. I've done it. Wow. That was horrendous. I'm not built for running. And you'll never guess what? I beat my time and my pace was a lot better.
On the run without the exoskeleton, I had a pace of 6 minutes and 34 per kilometre and a time of 32 minutes and 14 seconds over 4.9 kilometres. I didn't even manage the full 5k, but with the exoskeleton, I managed a pace of 6 minutes and 13 per kilometre, so a reduction of like 20 seconds per kilometre, and the actual 5k that I managed took 31 minutes. That's pretty impressive, and with both days now completed, it's time to see the results. On the day without the exoskeleton, my average heart rate was 80, and today it jumped up to 82. I'm assuming that's probably down to the fact that I was a little bit excited. But what's really interesting is my steps taken per calorie burn. So basically, how much energy I'm having to use to actually move.
On the baseline day, for every calorie that I burnt, I did 4.79 steps. Today, for every calorie burnt, I did 5.53. So this is effectively giving me a step for free every calorie. That's insane. That was fun. Time to go sleep. Night, guys. Thanks for watching.